Okay, good morning, everyone. I am Teacher Jarrett, and today we are going to be reading a story. Okay, so the last time we met, I gave you some homework, and that homework was to think and write down all of the ways that your body can move. So we said swimming was one. Does anyone have any other ideas? If you have an idea, raise your hand. I will pick you to give me an answer. Yes, walking and running. Yes. Now let's see. I want you to give me an answer. Yes, swimming is another example of the way our body can move. So, today we are going to talk about how kids can move, okay? And we'll also talk about the body parts, like a hand or a head or an ear that can help us move, okay? So our question that we have to think about for today is, how does your body move? Read about the fun ways kids can move, okay? So who can tell me what the title of this book is? If you know what the title is, raise your hand. Oh, so many people know. I want you to tell me, what is the title? I'll listen. Yes, very good. The title is Move It. Move It. So the title is telling us to move. So let's take one moment, and I want you to move your hands, okay? Move your hands. Move, 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 move. Now, move your head, but do it slowly, slowly, okay? So move your head, right? And then we'll go up and down slowly, okay? Down, up, okay? So very good. You were just moving. Now let's read the story. How can kids move? We can move in lots of ways. We use our bodies to help us. So I'm going to ask you to read these sentences. How can kids move? We can move in lots of ways. We use our bodies to help us. All right, and so this sentence here is a question or a telling sentence. We're going to shout it out together, okay? 1, 2, 3. Question sentence! Very good. This is a question sentence because it's asking a question, and we can see it has a question mark. Now, is this a telling sentence here, or is this a question sentence? If you want to give me an answer, raise your hand. I want you to give me an answer. I'll listen. Question sentence or telling sentence? Very good. It is a telling sentence. Yes. Telling sentence. Very good. All right. And look, here's a little boy. He's using his hands to stand on his head. Very cool. Now let's go to the next page. I can run. I have strong legs. They help me go fast. Now here's a little girl, And she can run, 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 run. Because she has strong legs. So they're very strong. They help her go very, very fast. She doesn't go slow. Slow is like this. She goes fast, right? So I want you to pretend to run, but run slowly, okay? Just move your arms with me. Run, 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 run. And then we'll go a little faster, okay? Run, 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 run. When you run, you should run outside, right? Do not run inside. Go outside and run, but be very, very cautious because there can be danger outside and I want you to be safe. So whenever you run, make sure you look or you hold your mother's hand, okay? Be safe. I want you to be safe. Now, it's your turn to read, okay? I can run. I have strong legs. They help me go fast. Okay, very good. Here's one leg and two legs. Most people have two legs, okay? If you only have one leg, it's okay. But most people have two. Now let's go to the next page. I can jump. I pick up my feet. I will land on the grass. So here's another little child, and she is jumping up in the air. So when you jump, your feet, here's your feet have to leave the ground. Jump, jump. You can also call this hopping, right? Hop, 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 or jumping. So right now, you are sitting watching my lesson, so we won't jump. But if you go outside later, you can try jumping. So now let's read this together. I can jump. I pick up my feet. I will land on the grass. Very good. And this child has 2 feet, right? 1 foot, 2 foot, 2 feet. All right, let's go to the next page. I can catch. I use 2 hands. I can grab the ball. So this little boy is playing catch. That's when you take a ball and you throw it and the other person catches it, okay? So when you catch something, you use your hands. You can catch a ball, or you can catch, what else can you catch? You can catch an apple. If you have an apple and it falls down, you can catch it, right? You catch an apple. So let's read this together. I can catch. I use 2 hands. I can grab the ball. All right, and here's the little boy's hands. 1 hand, and then here's another hand. So it's 2 hands. I can swim. I pull with my arms. I kick with my feet. So you pull with your arms and pretend these are my feet. You kick with your feet, right? So pull and kick. Pull and kick. So let's see. This little boy has 1 arm and another arm. So he has 2 arms, right? And this boy has 1 foot and another foot. So that's 2 feet. So now it's your turn to read. I can swim. I pull with my arms. I kick with my feet. All right, very good. Who likes to swim? If you like to swim, raise your hand. Oh, wow. So some people like to swim and some people don't like to swim. And that's okay. But can you remember one animal from our lesson yesterday that can swim? If you remember, raise your hand. I want you to give me an answer. Yes, the blue whale can swim, and the anteater, and the armadillo can swim. So the blue whale, the armadillo, the polar bear, the penguin. Do you remember anything else? Yes, and the crocodile. All of those animals can swim. And if you can swim too, that means you can move like those animals. Let's go to the next page. I can spin this hoop. I move my hips fast. This helps it stay up. So when you play with the hula hoop, you go round and round and round and round and round, and you move your hips very fast. So this little girl is playing with the hoop, and here's her hips. They move fast so that the hoop doesn't fall down. Now let's read this together. I can spin this hoop. I move my hips fast. This helps it stay up. All right, very good. Now, next page. I can do fun tricks. There are lots of ways to move. What can you do? So first we need to fix this. It should say there are lots of ways to move. Okay. So the book left out a word, the word of. So it should say, I can do fun tricks. There are lots of ways to move. What can you do? So now I want you to read this with me. I can do fun tricks. There are lots of ways to move. What can you do? Well, let's talk about that for a moment. What can you do? Oh. Okay. What can you do? Well, I can leap. Okay? Leap. What can you do? If you have an idea, raise your hand. Oh, I want you to tell me what you can do. Yes, you can walk. Very good. What else can you do? Yes, you can dive. If you're in the swimming pool and it's very, very deep, has to be 4 meters deep, you can dive. So that's when you go into the water. But you have to be safe and be cautious. You can only dive when it's 4 meters deep. Okay? So these are some things that you can do. Now let's go on to the next page. All right, now we have some questions. Yay! All right, so the first question wait one moment, is what body parts do kids use to swim? Okay, that's a good first question. And then our next question, what do the labels on each page tell you? And our next question, how can you that this is non-fiction? And what else do your arms help you to do? All right. So first question is, what body parts do kids use to swim? Oh, before I forget, I forgot to make you read this. Let's read it one more time. I can do fun tricks. There are lots of ways to move. What can you do? Okay, now we'll go to our questions. So what body parts do kids use to swim? Do you remember? I think maybe you remember. Remember, you pull and kick and pull and kick, right? So when we pull, what do we use? If you know, raise your hand. Oh, I want you to tell me. Yes, we use our arms and hands to pull, and we use our, we're going to shout it out together. Ready? To kick. We use our feet. Feet. Yes, we use our feet to kick. Right? Okay. All right. So we can see right here, we use our arms and our hands to pull and our feet to kick, right? Okay, so let's go to the next question, which was, what do the labels on each page tell you? Okay. So the labels tell us, now do we remember what labels are? Labels are these words that point to a spot on the picture, okay? So this is a label because it points to the hands and it tells us what those are. So let's go to the questions again. And we can say the labels on each, the labels tell us what the body parts look like and the name of the body parts, right? So it tells us what the body parts look like, so we can see what the feet look like, and it also tells us the name of the body part. Now let's go to the next question. How can you tell this is nonfiction? How can you tell? Well, the other stories that were nonfiction all had real pictures with real people, right? And it was a real life story. It wasn't a story that someone drew or that someone thought of in their head. So we can tell that this is a nonfiction story because we can see the real pictures and they're real people, right? So this girl can spin the hoop in real life. So we'll put that here. We can tell this story is non-fiction because it is about real people and what? Real people, yep, and has real pictures. This story happened in real life. Okay. Now let's go to our last question for this story. What else do your arms help you to do? Well, your arms help you lift things. They also help you swing on trees or at the playground, right? So if you use your arms to lift something, you need strong muscles in order to lift something, right? And if you're at the playground, you can grab on and you can swing on the monkey bars, right? So you can use your arms to swing, okay? So those are two other ways that our arms help us do things, okay? Now, let's go to the next page. Using diagrams, yay! We'll leave this here for now. Okay, so let's compare texts. What body parts help kids move? So we just talked about that, right? Feet, arms, hands, legs, all help us move. Now, using diagrams. A diagram shows the different parts of something. It is a picture with labels. The labels name the parts. Look at the fish and the girl. What parts do they both have that are the same? Okay, now I want you to read this with me, okay? Using diagrams. A diagram shows the different parts of something. It is a picture with labels. The labels name the parts. Look at the fish and the girl. What parts do they both have that are the same? Okay, so the fish has a head and it has gills. The gills help it breathe underwater. It has fins here to help it swim, and it has a tail to help it move in a certain direction under the water. So it swims, and then the tail moves, and then it goes this way, or the tail moves, and it goes that way, right? So the girl has a head, and a hand, and a shoulder, right here, shoulder, and an arm, and leg, and a foot. So she has 2 feet, and 2 legs, and 2 arms, and 2 shoulders, and 2 hands, and 1 head. Yes, very good. So what are the different, or what parts are the same? So we can see a head on the fish and a head on the girl. Do we see anything else that's the same? Gills, fins, tail, hand, arm, shoulder, leg, foot. Nope, we don't see anything else that's the same, right? So the only thing that is the same between the little girl and the fish are the head. Everything else is different. But the reason it's different is the fish lives in water, right? The little girl lives on the land. So she needs legs and feet and arms to grab things and feet to walk, whereas the fish needs fins and a tail to swim, right? So the fish is swimming. Can you make a fish face with me? Ready? See, that's a fish. Okay, so what tricks do you think a fish could do with its body parts? Well, let's look. It has head, gills, fins, tail. So if you have an idea of what a fish could do with its body parts, raise your hand. Oh, I want you to tell me. Yes, very good. It can swim around in circles, right? That's a good trick. Oh, yes, it can also breathe underwater, right? Because it has gills. So humans, you and me, can't do that. We need to be with the air in order to breathe. But the fish can breathe underwater. Wow. All right, now we're going to learn about a glossary. What is a glossary? A glossary can help you find the meanings of words. The words are listed in alphabetical order. You can look up a word and read it in a sentence. Sometimes there is a picture to help you. So here is a sample entry. There's a letter. So this is how we find the word. So we know hop starts with H. So we go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, right? So we look by G to find H, and we can find this word. The main entry is the word that we are looking for, and the sentence uses the word to help us understand. So the last part is a picture. So there's a picture here too. So let's read this example together. Ready? What is a glossary? A glossary can help you find the meanings of words. The words are listed in alphabetical order. You can look up a word and read it in a sentence. Sometimes there is a picture to help you. Sample entry. Letter, main entry, sentence. All right, so this is the letter H. The main entry is hop, and the bunny can hop. All right, so let's go down to the glossary. We have the letter B for big. A hippo is big. You can see a picture. The hippo looks so big, right? All right, let's go to the next letter. C for clap. See how it starts with the letter C? Kim and Roz clap. Clap, 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 clap. I want you to clap now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Clap, 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 clap. Clap, 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 clap. Very good. Now D for doll. I hug my doll. Hug. Or you can hug your mother or your father. So if you're next to your mother right now, or if you're next to your father right now, you can turn and give them a hug. Hug. But the word that we're learning is doll, okay? So let's read these words together. B, big. A hippo is big. C, clap. Kim and Roz clap. D, doll. I hug my doll. All right, very good. Now let's go to G. G, good. This is good for me. It's broccoli. She's eating a vegetable, which is good for you. It's healthy. It makes your body very strong. H, hat. This hat is red. There's another H. H, hop. The bunny can hop. So let's read all these together now. G, good. This is good for me. H, hat. This hat is red. H, hop. The bunny can hop. So the hat is red. The bunny can hop. Hop. Now, we have two H words here, right? But this H word is first, and this H word is second. Remember, the list is alphabetical, okay? So if a word has the same first letter, if we want to put it in alphabetical order, we need to look at the next letter, right? So H and H, so they're the same. Now we need to look at the next letter, A and O. So if we think of our ABCs, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. So A comes before O. So that's why hat is listed first in this H area, okay? Now let's go to the M. M, move. We move around and around. P, pull. We pull on the rope. R, run. It is fun to run in a race. S, school. Our school is very big. All right, let's read together now. M, move. We move around and around. P, pull. We pull on the rope. R, run. It is fun to run in a race. S, school. Our school is very big. Okay, now here's another one, another S sound. Sit. The kids sit in a circle. So we have school and sit. Both start with S, right? So why is school first? Do you know? If you have an idea, raise your hand. Oh, yes. I want you to tell me. So S is the same. So we look at C. Very good. So we look at the second letter, and if we say our ABCs, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I comes after C. So the word sit comes after school. Okay, very good. Good. T, trick. We can see that trick. There's a magician. And T, two. Two kittens play. So now we can see again, the R comes before the W in the alphabet, right? So that means trick comes first in the T section. U, up. The kite will go up. See, the kite is going up, 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 up. All right, let's do these last few words. S, sit. The kids sit in a circle. Okay. T, trick. We can see the trick. T, two. Two kittens play. U, up. The kite will go up. Okay. So what I will do just to make sure you understand is I will type out the ABCs. Okay. So here's our ABCs. Oh. No one has a Z. Okay. So we have trick and two. So here's the letter T. So trick starts with T and two starts with T, right? So there's a T. So it goes in the T section. But now we need to look at which word comes first. So which word comes first? And so if we look at the second letter, R, and W, we look at our ABCs and we say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. So we found R for trick, right? And if we keep going, S, T, U, V, W, we found W. So if we look at our alphabet, R comes first. So that's why trick is first in the T section, okay? So that is all we have for today. I am going to see you next time, okay? What you can do for some homework, or if you want to practice, is look at these words and pick another T word. I'll give you some words. Two, or turtle, or trumpet, or time, okay? So for some homework, just for practice, you can put all 6 of these words, trick, two, turtle, trumpet, and time, in order alphabetically, okay? So you can try that out. Take one moment now and pause, and you can do it, and then I'll show you the answer together, okay? Pause. Okay, are you back? Good. Now let's put these in order. So we have, I'll type our alphabet out. Okay, so now we'll put these in order, right? So we can start, the way we can do this is we just start by picking one word, okay? So we'll pick the word turtle. Okay, so now we pick any other word. So let's pick the word trick. So T and T, so those are the same. Now we look at the next letter, R and U. So we can see that R comes before the letter U in the alphabet, and so that means trick has to go here. So now we'll cross out what we're finished with. So trick is done, and turtle is done, okay? So now let's pick another word. two, T-W-O. So T and T, so all of these are T. So now we look at the second letter, W. So we find R and W. So it goes after R because W is here. Find U and W. So that means it goes after U. And so that means 2 goes down here, right? So we'll cross this out. All right, and so now we have this word, two, T-O-O. So let's look. T, 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 T. So it's all T. So then we look at the next letter, O, R. So let's see, O is here, R is here. So O comes before R. So we are going to put 2 right there, okay? So now we'll cross that out. And now we look at our next word, trumpet. So we have T, 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 all T's. So we look at the next letter, R. So O, R comes after O, so it has to go down. But R and R are the same. So now what do we do? Yes, now we look at the third letter. So we have TR and TR, and now we have a U and an I. So if we look at our alphabet, we see I is here and U is here. So that means U comes after I. So trumpet has to go after trick, but before turtle, right? R comes before U. So now we're done with that one. Now our last word is time. So let's look here. T, 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 all T. So that's okay. Now we look at the next letter. I is here. The next letter in the next word is O. So I, O. So then we know time has to go before 2, right? So now we have alphabetized, or we put in order all of the words according to the alphabet, all right? So that was exciting. Now we are going to say goodbye, and I will see you next time, okay? So bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.